What is up, guys? Welcome to DeFi Digs. Today we're going to look at Osmosis, which is a DEX that is built on top of Cosmos. It is its own blockchain, so it does operate a little bit differently than some of the DEXs you're used to using that are built on top of other blockchains. So we'll cover off on the differences there. I do want to do a flyover on Cosmos for those that are unfamiliar with it, and then talk about Keplr, which is the wallet that you're going to be using on Osmosis, and Keplr. And then we'll dig into the protocol itself, all of the features, and briefly talk about the token distribution at the end. As always, guys, nothing in this video is financial advice. This video is for educational purposes only. If you're interested in Osmosis or Cosmos or any of the assets that you see, make sure you're doing your own research into those. Okay, so let's dig into it. Before we get into Osmosis, for those unfamiliar with Cosmos, markets themselves as an internet of blockchains, which you probably heard a million times at this point, but Cosmos was kind of the first ones to claim that, I think, and are doing the best job. So they basically provide a framework that other blockchains can build on top of. And by doing so, they're allowed to sort of be very natively interoperable. They can kind of bridge to one another and talk to one another and send assets much more seamlessly than you can on two kind of separate monolithic chains. So that's done through something called IBC, which stands for Inter-Blockchain Communications Protocol, and it's just what allows those chains to talk to one another. Osmosis is kind of the main facilitator of IBC, and it is a place for people to go to pool together and earn on those assets that are connected to Cosmos. In order to do that, you need the Keplr wallet, which is the main sort of Cosmos wallet. It is a browser extension, just like pretty much all the other crypto wallets that you guys have used. But it also has a web app that you can also use that gives you a little bit more insight into kind of what's going on. And this is what it looks like. On the left-hand side, it's going to list all of the chains, not all of them, but most of the chains that are connected to Keplr. There are a few that aren't listed on here. Terra, which I talk about a lot on this channel, is one of them. But you can actually add Terra if you go into the extension itself. So if you click on the extension, and you guys aren't going to be able to see this, but if you click on the extension, there's a drop down at the top, and you can scroll all the way to the bottom and you'll see beta support, and Terra is under there, as well as a few other ones. You can also recover your Terra wallet. So going through these chains, this is your Keplr account that holds all of these different wallets, basically. So each of these chains has its own wallet. If I click on the Cosmos Hub, that's my Cosmos wallet that I can send Atom to. If I go down to Secret Network, it's going to change and show me my Secret Network wallet address. So if you wanted to connect your existing Terra wallet, you would click the Keplr app again, and in the top right you're going to see the little profile icon. Click that, click Add Account. That's going to open up this link, Import Existing Account, and then type in your mnemonic phrase, your private key from Terra or whatever chain you're trying to connect, name that, and then that's going to create a new Keplr account that will have that Terra wallet, and then also give you new wallets on the other chains as well. Once you have a Keplr wallet created, go ahead and click Connect Account, and then connect that Keplr wallet. And now Osmosis is going to be able to use those funds that are deposited on each of these chains, bring them onto Osmosis so that you can start using trading and using the pools. Before we dig into that, let's look at just these three kind of basic links here at the bottom. The stats link is going to take you to just high-level stats on the protocol. You can see volume, liquidity, etc., pretty standard stuff here. When you click on stake or vote, both of those are going to open up the Keplr wallet, where both the staking and the governance is done. So I click stake, that opens up my Osmosis wallet here, and then I can choose a validator to stake with. And then if there's any governance proposals that you want to vote on, you can do that in the governance tab as well. So that's all sort of consolidated into the Keplr kind of hub here, which is pretty nice. Beyond that, we have trade, pools, and assets. So we can go to trade and swap into whatever we want. It looks very similar to any other DEX. If I wanted to do UST into Osmo, I can do that here. I have the slippage settings that I can change. It's going to detail out my swap fees and estimated slippage, basic stuff here. Thing is that these are all separate blockchains, so you're effectively just doing, you know, cross-chain bridging, but sort of natively because of Cosmos and IBC. But I don't have, while I do have UST in my Terra wallet that is under this Keplr account, I don't have it on Osmosis yet. So this is the part that people kind of get hung up on. Since Osmosis is its own blockchain, I need to move those assets onto Osmosis. Since we've connected our Keplr wallet already, it can take the money out of the wallets that are on each of these chains. So as I mentioned, I have a Terra wallet that I have added into this Keplr wallet. And if I hit deposit, it's going to show that I have $61 on Terra. And if I want to pull some of that over, let's say $20, I'm gonna hit deposit. You're gonna have to pay a small fee on the Terra side of things. Approve that. And after a few seconds, now I have 20 UST deposited onto Osmosis that I can do whatever I want with. So this took it out of my Terra wallet in Keplr and put it into my Osmosis account. So now if I go back to trade, when I go to UST, I'll have 20 UST available, and I can just swap across as anybody would on a standard DEX. In order to, you know, withdraw back into your wallet, same process. Withdraw, that will move it off of Osmosis onto Terra. So pretty cool. You can use this as a way to, you know, acquire a lot of these assets that might not be listed on certain exchanges. You know, Secret you might want to pick up, but if you can't find that on the main exchange that you use, they probably have Atom. So you could just buy Atom, send it to your Atom wallet here, the Cosmos Hub wallet, and then connect it and move that onto Osmosis, and then just trade into whatever asset you want. So it's a nice way to kind of acquire some of these assets that aren't you know, as listed on some of the bigger exchanges. So now let's talk about the pools section. Now that we figured out how to get our assets onto Osmosis and start trading with it, now the pool section, there are two different pools. There's the incentivized pools that are going to give you OSMO tokens as a reward. And then if we scroll down, some of these pools, which will be listed down here in the external incentive pools, also have an additional token that they're emitting as rewards. And those are listed right here. And then they'll tell you how many epochs are remaining for those rewards. So the Luna UST pool, you're going to get about 42%. Part of that is going to be paid in Osmo, but then we also notice that since it's listed here, part of that's also going to be paid in Luna, which is pretty cool. When you add liquidity into a pool, let's say we want to do the Atom Osmo pool, typically in order to farm, you would add liquidity, you would receive the LP tokens, and then you would stake those LP tokens, which would then give you the token emissions. Here it's quite similar. You would add liquidity, and then you would choose a bonding period. You would hit start earning. The LP tokens would show up here. You would hit start earning, and then you can choose the unbonding period. Now, this is going to be the period, the length of time that it takes to essentially unstake those LP tokens so that you can then remove liquidity. So if you wanted to be super nimble and just be able to withdraw at a moment's notice, you would just choose a day, but your yield is going to be a lot lower. So all of the percentages that are displayed in the pool section are going to be the 14-day unbonding period. So if you want to maximize your yield and you don't necessarily need that liquidity available immediately, you could choose 14 days. So when you bond your LP tokens or stake your LP tokens, and you wanted to then withdraw, you would hit unbond, and that would begin your unbonding period. And then after that, you would be able to remove liquidity from the pool. That's how that works. You will continue to earn yield during the unbonding period as well, which is pretty cool. They just released a big update that has Superfluid Staking. We'll cover that in a little bit. I just want to chat about some fees and some of the pool constructions first. So if we go back to the pool section and we scroll all the way down, it will give a breakdown of all of the pool balances and then the fees that come with that pool as well. So most of them are 50-50, but if we kind of scroll through, you can see that some of them are balanced differently. So this one's 80-20, we have a 70-30 and 80-20 here, etc. You also see the fees differ. So we have 0.15 in this, we have 0.3, I think the Luna UST one was 0.53. So the fees, this is the swap fee. So these fees are set by the creator of the pool. There are also two other fees that are not yet in the app, and those are transaction fees and exit fees. So the transaction fees are just going to be the gas fees that the blockchain Osmosis takes. Those are off currently, but they'll be coming on down the line. And then the other is an exit fee that can be added for any withdrawals from the pool. These also aren't active yet, so those two might be coming down the line. I'm sure that when they are, they'll be very clearly labeled here. So that's a bit about kind of the fee structure and the pool. Let's talk about Superfluid Staking, which is brand new, and then we will cover off on tokenomics, and we'll wrap it up. So Superfluid Staking is a brand new feature that came out like 2 days ago or something, and it allows you to stake the Osmo that you also have in an LP position. So if I add $1,000 into this Atom Cosmo pool, and 500 of that is in Atom, 500 of that is in Osmo, I can choose Superfluid Stake, and it's going to give me, it's going to stake the Osmo side of that position for an additional 18% into this pool, which is really cool. I don't think I've ever seen that before on another protocol. So any of the Osmo pairs will have a boosted yield. Currently it's only on Atom and Osmo, and you only earn 50% of staking in the Osmo side. So in that example I just gave, $500 of Osmo, $500 of Atom, you'd only be earning staking rewards on $250 of Osmo. Both of those limitations will come off probably in short order. It's just since they just launched this, they're just starting with just this pair, but I'm sure they'll get added into other pairs very, very shortly. So that's super cool. One thing to note is that when you unbond, while you're still earning the yield during the unbonding period, you won't be earning the Superfluid Staking rewards during that unbonding period. It's also only eligible for the 14-day unbonding period, at least for now. So let's briefly cover on the token distribution as well. The initial Genesis event only had 50% of it was 100 million Osmo tokens. 50% of that went to an airdrop, and then the other half went to strategic reserve. The actual emissions get cut by a third every year. So the first year they'll be whatever they are here, they'll drop by a third after 1 year, and they'll drop by a third, and they'll drop by a third, etc., etc., with a maximum supply of 1 billion Osmo tokens. Of the tokens that get emitted each year, 25% of those go to staking rewards, 25% go to developers, 45% go to liquidity mining, and 5% go to the community pool. So pretty detailed distribution here. No real red flags in my opinion. The token itself is just a governance token. They do sort of emphasize that governance is going to be like super critical to the protocol, and has the ability to basically vote on like anything, including like where we're allocating liquidity mining rewards. So, you know, I could see protocols accumulating Osmo to kind of redirect those liquidity mining rewards, you know, kind of like curve wars and whatnot. That pretty much wraps up Osmosis for now. Super cool if you guys use any of the chains in the Cosmos ecosystem or are just kind of interested in you know, tinkering around. Check it out. Create a Keplr wallet, get in here and tinker around. If you guys have any questions, if I missed anything, if I was wrong about anything, let me know in the comments. Hit me up on Twitter. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.